Hello and welcome to episode 15 of the Null Sector Podcast, home of the vibes, shelter for the bassline enthusiast, and hangout session for just about everybody in between. I am Null, also known as Jake, and let's fucking chill, dude. Where's the intro? It's been a while. Well, it's been a while. Where's the intro? I got it. Hold on. There we go. Holy shit. It's been a while. It's been a fucking minute since I was back. I may have accidentally missed wherever the intro was, but I found it. Episode 15. I think I need to check. Let me check while I'm saying this, but the last time that we had an episode, I believe, was a year ago. Let's see, Null Sector Podcast episode 14 was 8 months ago. 8 fucking months I've been gone. And now I'm fucking back, dude. Oh, I forgot to put my rings on. Whatever. It's been a while. So things are going to be a little different. And I'll talk about it later. But first and foremost, I'm fucking back. And let me tell you what I've been up to. Because first of all, we got that super slick, super thick content update, baby. Small talk, there is no small talk. It's just that I'm back and pretty much everything is into content update. So there's this Google Doc that I have that I use for both my scripts for my videos and scripts for the podcast. Well, actually, they're separate. But anyway, I have no idea when the last time I wrote on this was. It was probably when I was planning this episode. The only thing that I had written under content update was, it's been tough. I've been feeling like I can't even find time to make videos anymore. It's weird because I almost feel like I want to make music more than videos now. And that's what I wrote, which at the time, yeah, that's probably true. Things have changed. I've thought about stuff for a long time. First and foremost, for all you video viewers, look at this. This may be a shocking change. There's a hat, and when I take it off, holy shit. I don't have my long hair anymore. It's gone. I cut it all off like months ago. It looked great on camera and it was fun for a while, but to be perfectly honest, it's a lot. It's a lot to tend to. So what I'm going for now is a modern mullet. You can kind of see it. I'm trying to grow it out in the back. It's not really there yet, but up here needs to be layered down. It's way too long up at the top, but we'll get there. For now, I'm just wearing a hat in the in-between phases, and you know what? Maybe let it become a thing. Maybe I'll just have a hat on a lot. I have no idea. But we are live on Twitch. The podcast is hopefully going to be live from now on. It's pretty easy, it looks like. I wasn't too sure if it was going to work, but reading everything, it sure looks like we are good to go. So in the future, I should be able to do everything live and not have any issues with it. So that's pretty fucking cool. But content update, holy shit. Oh man. The last video that I released was Sample Gamble episode 2. And episode 14 of the podcast. And I remember the next thing that I wanted to work on was that I wasn't sure. That's what it was. I spent a very long time trying to get things perfect, both for my schedule for releasing stuff, and what I want to make. The problem is I've never found something that actually works. Every single time I try something, I do it for a little while, and then I stop, and I forget, and I don't do it. And I've known this for a very, very long time. This isn't new information for me. I've been doing stuff on the internet for a long time now. But I know that when it comes to making content as a hobby, whether it be art of any kind, YouTube videos, music, any of that stuff, when you do that, unfortunately, for some people, for a lot of people, it passes through your mind that you might want to do it for monetary reasons, or you might be hoping to get a check at some point for doing a hobby. Getting paid for it eventually can be somewhat of a motivator to continue doing the hobby. And while I know this, I've always tried to not make that the reason that I do anything creative. But when you live in America like I do, and the year that I do, things can be difficult to make money. And so everything becomes about money, including all of your hobbies, which sucks. Big stinky balls and penis. I knew this. This isn't new information, right? This is something that I knew for a long time. But I guess I was never able to actually get that idea fully out of my motivation to do stuff. And I think partly that is because a long time ago in 2017, 2017, which you might be like, oh, that's only a few years ago, right? Yeah, no, that's like seven years ago. Or some shit. Wait, 25 is 5. Oh my God, that's like 8 years. Jesus Christ. Like 8 years ago, I got lucky enough, and I've talked about it before, but to get a little bit of tiniest speck of internet fame, and not actually fame, but I had people looking at me, and part of that was I got some donations on some of the YouTube live streams that I did, of all places to get donations. And I think it was like, I think I made like $300 in my first like real stream. And I was like 18. So, I didn't realize how insane that was, or how fucking lucky it was to even get a donation. My viewer base, some of my friends, they were insane at the time. And so once I realized that's how it was when I was that young, I think it kind of drilled into my fucking skull a little bit too young that the content that I can make can also have a monetary reward, which is true, it can. But if that's going to be the most reason that I think about when I make stuff, it's not going to go so well. Oh, sorry. I'm taking a drink of the sparkling drink ice, kiwi strawberry. It's pretty good. I have had a bit of a monster / energy drink epidemic, and I'm trying to dial it back, and I need something to fill the urge to drink a nice beverage, and I'm trying to do ice because they're sparkling water and they're like 5 calories, and I don't think they have sugar. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. They might. They probably do. They're sweet. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 5 calories. Very nice. I'm also trying to lose some weight because somehow I worked my way back up to having weight. So that's also part of it. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. Content update. So long story short, I stopped making anything again, as I do, for like 8 months. And yet again, it's because my quote unquote release schedule was insane. And you I'm not the person to balance a really strict schedule with a full-time job. It's just, that's not me. I can't do it. And I didn't realize that, I guess. I kept making the same mistake year after year. And I had plans. I had concept of plans. I had a plan for a couple things. I got to a point where I wasn't really sure what to do next. I had the second sample gamble out, but I kept thinking I want to do different kinds of videos. I don't want to only do sample gamble for every video, but the thing is, I get too close to it, you know? I get too close to it in my own head, and sometimes you need to be able to take a step back, or you need somebody to be able to come in and who's a couple feet back, look at it objectively when you can't. I didn't have that, but hindsight is a gift. And 8 months later, I am that. I can look at it from a little bit less close, and it's obvious to me that I don't need a schedule, really. And I mostly just need to stop worrying about everything. I don't really need to care if my channel is this or that, or what if I do this? Will that? Like, that's just all of it. I need to just forget it. None of it matters. And all I need to do is just make stuff and have fun doing it and then post it. And if people look at it, fucking cool, man. And if people don't look at it, fucking cool, man. Of course, I want people to see my art, but literally, if I just make stuff and just stop worrying about all this or that, that's it. It's that simple. So that was one thing. I got really, really hung up on trying to make sure my channel was had a variety. And I had like ideas. I had an idea that's like buying dollar store items, like some dollar store music toys and stuff like that, and making a dubstep song out of it. I wanted to keep doing sample gamble. And I had trouble just thinking of like anything else. And I was having trouble working on actual music in between videos. And so now, I think I'm getting closer to being able to do it achievably. I'm working on a video right now. Very exciting because it's been a long time. I've been working on music, not anything special. There's not been a lot of changes. The music part of everything is still a work in progress, as always. But hopefully, I still want to do the example EP. This is a little another subtopic. So for the music that I've been working on in general, there has been, what was I going to fucking say? I need another drink of my sparkling ice kiwi strawberry. Unrelated to that, I had been brainstorming too about ways to make my content more interesting, more engaging. Shit, this is kind of something I'm going to talk about later. Should I say it now? You know what? We'll wait. I'll write it down. Anyway, yeah, we'll talk about that later. So, for my music, I've been wanting to release the EP. However, a lot of it's old stuff, and a lot of it recently that I just found out, I don't know what happened, but like all the samples have been unlinked and I have no fucking idea where they went. So if I want to finish the EP, I basically am going to have to rebuild the songs from scratch. And the biggest issue with this is the main plugin that I was using for vocals was a license based, and I didn't renew it. So now the vocals, the one example of vocals that I was somewhat happy with out of everything I've ever done, now don't sound great, which sucks because that's kind of the point of the example EP. So I'm going to have to restart that from scratch as well. And this leads into something that I've been thinking about in general with music, is that it's been a hobby, but at the same time, it's always been one of those things where I guess I never took it that seriously, and not in a good way, more in a bad way, where I would look at all these different videos and stuff about like song layout, song construction, designing patches, which programs to use, how to mix, how to EQ, what is side chaining, all this kind of stuff. And then I'd get into a program, into Ableton, and I just try to start making a song, and I would apply none of the knowledge, really. And like, I knew about it, but I wasn't absorbing it or practicing it. And the biggest one is that I wasn't practicing or really trying to actually learn the knowledge, other than like a surface level where I could maybe acknowledge that I knew what that meant, kind of, but not actually be able to explain it, which has been something I've been unhappy with. So recently, I have started actually attempting to grow my knowledge about producing and music making in general. So one of those things is I've been really wanting to dial in vocals. As you know, it's what I've talked about for episodes in past. I really want to do vocals in my songs. And so I've been trying to learn about mixing, mastering, and EQing vocals. Specifically, I've been trying to learn about taking a vocal that has bad background noise, bad harmonics, bad reverb and echo, and trying to make it into a usable finished product. And there's a lot there. I'll probably make that an entire topic in the next podcast episode. But there's a lot, and I'm trying to actually apply it, because just the other day I was like, you know what? I haven't tried vocals in so long. I'm going to fucking go for it. And I fucking went for it. And you know, the end product is not great. I was not happy at all. It kind of sounded like shit. And the more I read about how to process bad vocals, the more I realized, well, that's why it sounds like shit, because I have no idea what I'm doing. And so that's where we're trying to get. We're trying to get to a point where I do know what I'm doing, and it sounds way better. So yeah, it's a work in progress. Mostly, the big thing that I'm working on at the moment is the video. And I have taken I've taken a philosophy into moving forward with all of my content. And it's kind of what I talked about before, but basically it's that I'm not going to try to put too many limits on myself, and I'm not going to try to hold myself to really any schedule or any release dates or anything like that. If I could do one podcast a month and one video a month, that'd be great. That'd be the sickest shit ever, dude. And just consistently working on music somewhere in there. But I'm not holding myself to that. And it's what I'm going to say in the next upcoming video as well, is that's not something I'm going to hold myself to either. So when stuff comes out is when stuff comes out. And if people want to watch it, then that's fucking great, dude. They don't have to, but they can. Because I remember I saw a YouTuber that said something like that in one of his videos, and I was like, oh, yeah. It was something like, yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers that do this, especially smaller YouTubers that will open up with their video wisecracking a joke about how they never post, or that they're super inconsistent, or it's a long time between posts. And yeah. Just take a look at my channel. 8 months between my last post, or even longer, I think, on the main channel. So on this one. The video that I'm currently working on, part of me trying to convince myself that I can make stuff and I can release stuff, is what I am doing in this video. So it's going to be similar to the ones before in editing style and stuff like that. But content-wise, it's going to be very different. It's almost more like a autobiography, but as a video. And it's only showing all of the creative things that I have ever made, which is going to be weird. It's going to take a lot of time. I have no idea how long this video is going to take to make, because I'm going to have to pull, to the best of my ability, all the things I've ever made that hopefully all have some sort of visual element so I can show something. But it's going to be a lot, and it's spanning over 20 years. Wait. Yeah, more or less. It's going to be spanning over 20 years of me making stuff. So, 'cause technically I started when I was like 5, but I don't have any of that stuff anymore. So, but the point of that video is that I want to prove to myself that I have made stuff in the past, and whether I've released it to be viewed by other people or not, that does not detract from the fact that it was created and therefore has value, if not only to myself, which is fine. That's okay. So we'll see what happens. I can't wait to finish editing it and getting it out there. The other thing is that I'm trying to just find a better balance with working on projects, where at the very most I just work on it a little bit each day, even if it's like 30 minutes or something. As long as I'm working on it, that'd be great. And I haven't achieved that yet. Like today, I woke up bright and early and have basically been creating stuff ever since 9 in the morning, and it's 5 o'clock at night, which is generally how I do it. And I'm not supposed to do it, but you know what? It's my day off and I want to, so I did. But after I finish this, I'm going to upload this video and then go watch TV and like play some games and go to bed. So, you know, I need to relax a little bit. Anyway, that's pretty much it for content update, where I've been, all that shit. So let's move on. And I'll talk about this later, how things are a little bit different with the podcast moving forward, but we have some topics to talk about. We'll go ahead and start with Grabbit's new album. Holy shit. I forgot that he was even dropping a new album for a while there, but it finally came out in February 2025, containing 11 tracks with a title of Big Epic Nothing by Grabbits. I believe his last album was in... Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. I want to say 2020 or 2023. So he had Better With Time in 2015. Time Isn't Real in 2022. Let Them Only See Butterflies in 2023. Yeah, and now Big Epic Nothing in 2025. So yeah, about 2.5, 3 years ago was his last album. And I wasn't sure when he was going to release a new one, and then he did, and it's pretty fucking cool. And I need another drink. 1 second. So what do we think, chat? I've seen some opposing opinions about this album. Some say he's parted ways from his original sound and that he's a lot less electronic. And that the album has leaned far more into rock and rap. It starts bass heavy and then leans into like pop rock. I thought I agreed when I first listened to it. I listened to it all the way through one time, and then I kind of had the same reaction. And every listen I've had until then, definitely not. That's not true at all. If you actually listen to each song, as always, there's at least elements of both electronic and rock in most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. So I would not argue that the sound at large is different. I saw some people saying on his subreddit or whatever subreddit is related to Grabbits, I saw some people saying they heard some unreleased tracks that were far more EDM, electronic heavy. I guess those didn't make it into the final cut of the album. Hopefully we can get like a deluxe edition or something to hear those other songs. That'd be pretty cool. One thing that I liked with this album is I like the blending of genres. There was dubstep and rock in the dark, drum and bass and rock in Sleeping in a Fire Pit. There's a blend of electronic, high-tempo rock, slower traditional pop rock, some chill ethereal tracks mixed in, which is nothing new for Mr. Grabbit. On top of all that, he adds in his melodic rap style, and you've got a pretty fucking addictive sound that I have been into, and I'm still into. I have branched out and I listen to a lot more music nowadays, but this is all of his discography is still in my rotation daily. So, and I run in that song. I love how he blends rock with slight synth melodies. It's something I think about every time I hear that song. It's not much. It's like a single pluck synth, more or less, and a couple notes up and down. But it adds so much. It's so simple, but it's so satisfying. As always, we have the legendary Rez making her return in Love You Till I'm Dead, one of the most electronic tracks in the album. A couple of these albums were released as singles before the album dropped, and then became a part of the album. And is it shocking? Is it shocking that when Rez and Grabbits work together, the song is great? No, it's not. And I've heard from people in the past, I think he said it himself, they have a very good similar workflow. They work really well together and that they wanted to do more. And I guess this is more. It was very good. 10 out of 10. My favorite tracks were And I Run, Love You Till I'm Dead, Saint Maniac, Gasping for Air. Hero Part 2 was the first release I heard before the album dropped. And Saint Maniac was the second. Fantastic songs to tease with. Absolutely roped everybody in. Saint Maniac is like fucking addicting. The vocals in that song are so satisfying. And here's one thing fucking specifically. Where did bro learn to scream? When did this happen? Can he teach me? And can anyone? Because I try all the time. Still can't do it. But I want to. I'm annoyed at how good he is at it, actually. Okay, what else do we got? Fucking Serum 2. Serum 2 has released, and everybody's talking about it. If you're involved in this space whatsoever, you've definitely already heard, but holy shit. What the fuck? Nobody was expecting this, especially not just out of the blue. Straight up blindsided me, and I think everybody else in the community. Serum's now legendary wavetable oscillator has been refined with additional flexibility. Smooth interpolation mode allows for near infinite frame positions in the wavetable, no morph needed. There's filtering, FM, PD, ring mod distortions, and new wavetable warp. There's a whole fucking shitload of stuff about this. So we're just going to read through it. The new multi-sample oscillator and sound presets are now a part of Serum 2, and holy shit, the new oscillators are insane. So let's get to those. The new sound presets are good. Don't get me wrong. They're pretty cool, but let's get to the fucking oscillators. So there's something very important I'm going to say about that in a second. Despite being really good for sample playback and offering FM PD distortion types, the sample oscillator also offers looping with snap loop detection, flexible loop moderation, a rate control for tape stop effects and similar, sample slicing with real-time score extraction / playback, and tails mode, and more. Holy fuck. We haven't even gotten through everything, but basically Serum 2 is becoming very close to just an entire DAW as a fucking plugin. It used to just be a wavetable generator, but now it's like a DAW. And here it is. Fucking granular synthesis in Serum. Oh my God. And it's not all. Serum 2 adds a powerful granular oscillator, which, despite the small look, packs a host of sophisticated features, allowing you to experiment in a wide range of ways of creating new sound, breathing new life into sample material. What does that mean? If you don't know what granular synthesis is, you give it a sample and then it basically slices that sample up into granules, and you can predict and pick how many are going to be synthesized. And it can take each one of those tiny little segments out of that sample that it's split up and play them in any way you can possibly imagine, blend them together, add effects on top of them, and it just makes like this super easy way to get this glitchy, ethereal sound that was so many fucking bass producers are going to go crazy with, and they already have. I've seen some shit already. And not only did they give us granular synthesis, they gave us a spectral oscillator. What the fuck? There is not a synthesis plugin that has everything the Serum does that also has an included spectral oscillator, to my knowledge. That doesn't exist until now. Now it exists. So Serum 2 just has everything now. The spectral oscillator allows for real-time resynthesis of samples at the harmonic level and transient detection. Processing similar to that found in advanced time-stretching algorithms enables you to shape time and frequencies in radical ways, and it's fucking true. I have not had a lot of time to play with it yet. In general, I really like the granular synthesis, but the spectral, you can take like a wub or a bass kick, you can take anything and throw it into the spectral synthesizer, the oscillator, I mean, and it just immediately sounds good. Before you even touch anything, it already sounds crazy. The stretch effects and like transitions and ways you're going to be able to alter samples on a drop to extend or delay them is just going to be ridiculous. If you haven't played with it yet, you should, because if you have Serum 1, congratulations, it is a free upgrade to Serum 2. They do not charge you. And here's the best part. If you got it through rent to own, through Splice like I did and a lot of other people did, it is also a free upgrade through Splice. It was super smooth for me. I think I had one hiccup if I remembered, but I figured it out really fast. So one thing I will say, oh shit. What's up, dude? Fucking No Nestor in the chat. What's up, man? It's also, we're almost there. I'm going to talk about the whole podcast streaming in a second. So we'll get there. I saw an email notification. I was like, yeah, dude, fucking live again. It's been a long time. Still streaming, man. It had a bit of a rough launch in the first 24 hours when everybody was trying to upgrade. Everybody rushed to the Serum website. And I don't think they were expecting this kind of response because you couldn't download the update. Like the Serum website basically self-DDoSed itself from the amount of people trying to grab the new update because everybody was so hyped about it. And in like 8 hours, they fixed it. And then I think in 12 hours after the day it released, they rolled out free upgrade to Serum 2 through Splice, which is crazy and fucking dope. So not only do I have Serum 2, we have all of these features that come with it, and it's so satisfying, and I cannot wait. One of the things you can do, which is crazy, all the plugins that I made in Serum 1, the patches, I mean, they work in Serum 2. So immediately I took some of the stuff that I had made in Serum 1, threw it into Serum 2, and like already could make it sound better. I mean, it's just, I didn't even cover half the things it can do. It's just crazy. This is a big brain way to record the podcast, says No Nestra in the chat. We're basically there, so I'm just going to talk about it. Our next and final topic pretty much is about streaming said podcast. So I have been listening to a lot of other podcasts at work since I do a lot of that. I have a lot of time to listen to podcasts. I've been listening to a lot of The WAN Show with Linus Sex Tip. corridor cast, distractible, and more. And one of the things that I noticed that they do is that they just live stream the podcast. And I've had a section at the end of my podcast for a long time about, oh, you want to submit a comment or feedback, send it in to me. We'll talk about it on the podcast. I'm like, yeah, we will if you want to do that. But it's live, dude. The podcast is live. If you just want to show up and listen to it live and just write things in the chat, depending on if it's relevant or if we want to talk about it, I mean, we'll just answer it live in the live stream of the podcast. So there's motivation to catch it when it's live if you so desire. I'm trying to do things differently. Like Nonestra has kindly pointed out, this is a big brain way to record the podcast, because before I just did too much and it took too long to record an episode. It ended up making it very laborious. It took far too much effort for what was just like an hour-long podcast for basically for free. I wasn't trying to get out for anybody, just for myself. I was spending 2 to 3 hours per episode, sometimes more, just to record me talking at a screen. And so we've revised it to where it's far easier to do now. Yes. And we can save highlights on Twitch from the podcast, which is pretty cool. That's very true. So in listening to these other podcasts, I've realized that just going through a bunch of different topics, like basically having my outline, how I had my outline before was I had 3 distinct topics and bullet points for all of them. But now I kind of just have a list of topics and I just kind of pick from them. And I might have some bullet points, some like discussion questions, that kind of stuff. And it's a lot easier. I used to do stuff like this, which I'll show you. We used to go like, we transitioned to topic 1 and it looked like this. Which is cool and all that. But it doesn't need to be that structured, and I'm realizing that now. And so it won't be. It's just going to, if you want to listen to me yap about my content and shit for an hour, then you can tune in and listen to it. If you missed it, you can go watch it on the fucking second channel. Right? I know, dude, we got a second one. We got topic 2 as well. Like if I was like, bro, time for topic number dose. Oh, fuck, dude. It's the fucking meme. It's fucking topic number 2. Anyway, yeah. It's gonna be still curated, but less formal, easier to edit, easier to upload. And by edit, I mean I literally don't now, which is kind of the point. It doesn't need to be edited. I do all of the quote unquote editing live, so I can just upload the VOD afterwards. So on my OBS, I'm actually streaming and recording at the same time, so that I don't even have to download the VOD from Twitch. I just have it recorded. I just upload it, call it a day. One thing that I really have to do now, the only thing that I really have to do now for the podcast is a thumbnail, and like I'm torn. I don't know. You missed topic 2 because you got an ad. Dude, I got you. It's topic 2 time right fucking now. And then it's topic 3 because that's the last one I have. And like, this is the full streaming setup. So if we wanted to, we can go back to like, we'll be right back screen mid podcast, like this, if we really fucking wanted to. Wait, do I look like the fucking the anime protagonists when they get dramatic and they just look like this? I know. I can't believe it. Fuck. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it with the podcast. Live chat and ask questions all the way through instead of at the end. One thing I considered was a co-host. Actually, a lot of the podcasts that I listen to have a co-host, and it has a much bigger opportunity for funny shit. It's really hard to be funny on your own. It makes conversation way more interesting to listen to, easier to listen to. Conversation happens more natural. But I don't know anyone who could do a co-host with a podcast that is essentially just about random shit I find interesting and my content and sometimes music and technology. Like, I don't know who that would be. Maybe in the future something will happen. I don't know. It would be fun to do more interviews. What the fuck is that? It would be fun to do more interviews, but we'll have to get things to a point where there's more people watching the podcast, then we can do more interviews. Cat toy. I got this automatic cat toy that rolls around and now it's attacking my feet. Come here. You know what? I'll just let it do its thing. Now you look like the driver guy from Cloudy with the Chance of Meatballs. Yeah, man. That's me, dude. What's up? That's true. This fucking cat toy. Hold on. Come here, bitch. This little fucker right here. You hear that? It spins this little electric motor. This thing spins fucking fast, too. And it rolls around on the floor and my cat chases it. But it needs to chill right now. Turn off. No. Please. There we go. Okay. It's been silenced. Never mind. God damn it. Did I kill it? Did I kill it? Okay, I think it's dead now. All right, I don't know how to turn it off. It won't fucking turn off. Please. Okay, I'm just going to hold it down until it does something. Please cease to exist. Is there a power button inside? Am I stupid? I'm probably just stupid. It's always the solution. Couldn't hear it at all, by the way. Yeah, I didn't think so. It is pretty sick. It's a little psycho and it just rolls around all day long. But my cat's into it, so we needed to get him something to play with because he's has a really bad habit of going crazy at 3 a.m. And that's a problem. I have to get up at like basically 3 a.m. So right as I go to bed, he's a little shit for like 4 hours straight. So we got to get him more playtime. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Episode 15. It's a Null Sector podcast. Holy shit, it's been a while. As always, if you would like to submit a question, if you missed the live version of this podcast, we do have a Gmail set up, which is NU-11sectorpodcast@gmail.com. All that I ask is in the subject line of the email, put whatever your name, whatever you'd like it to be, -podcast question. That's it. And in the body of your email, write a question, send it in. You can always comment something under the YouTube video of this. If you view it on the YouTube channel, we'll talk about it. That's it, dude. It's that time. Thanks for the immaculate vibes, for hanging with me, and I'll see you in one fortnight. When did this get written into the script? What the fuck? I didn't put that in there. Okay, well, I'll see you in one fortnight, apparently. As always, you can find the audio version of this podcast on Spotify, Pocket Cast, and the video version on my second channel, which is NU-22. Keep an eye out for all my other forms of content across all social media accounts pretty much, which is some variation of NU_11 official or official NU_11. Yeah, you can look anywhere, find all the links somewhere. Bro, do you even know how long a fortnight is? I don't. I think it's 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure. I'm like pretty sure. How long is a fortnight? A fortnight is 2 weeks and or 14 days. I was right. Fuck yeah. So seeing you in a fortnight is actually wrong. Let me adjust this and make it even stupider. I'll see you in 2 fortnights. That's so fucking stupid. Okay. Thanks for the immaculate vibes for hanging with me, and I'll see you boys in 2 fortnights. That's it. See you later. We can imitate Mr. Tip, since we mentioned him today, and say, same bad time, same bad channel. Aha. Fucking bye. See you later, dude. Fucking.